Hello everyone, welcome back. In case you haven't guessed, we're back in The Sims 3 building a civic center, and by that I mean we're building a community lot with a civic center rabbit hole on it. I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do with this. I was thinking of maybe doing like the science center, but I also thought that City Hall might be a good idea. We are in a more industrial looking part of Rosewood Hills Light, or Rosewood Hills as some people may call it, a custom empty world that I got, I think from My Sim Realty, I can't remember. I always want to call this Rosewood Heights. I know that's not the name of this world. Prior to me actually recording this, I was looking through the catalog of all the rabbit holes, and I did end up deciding on the one that I wanted to use beforehand, but of course when we started recording, it took me a minute to find it. I believe I ended up using the Civic Center rabbit hole from Showtime, because that includes the City Hall, Military, and Police Department, ? That sounds right. I also eventually put in a subway station. I completely forgot that that was a thing in this game, and I'm glad that we got to use it here. Like I said, we're in like a more city industrialized part of this world. This map for the world is also very small, so if you have a lower end PC, it will definitely run better, specifically because it's not huge, there aren't a ton of spawners, and at the time that I'm doing this, it's pretty empty with the exception of a residential lot that I made. I had a difficult time doing this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I struggled a lot. I didn't know what I was going for. Part of me was like, why did I even build this here? I could have moved it to a grassy lot, because if you hadn't noticed, the terrain paint is like concrete or whatever, like it's rock or stone or something to match the world. I wasn't going to fill the whole lot up with grass, even though I did do a lot of green space on it. But again, I wasn't really sure like how I wanted to have this play out. In my mind, I guess I was kind of like basing it off of the Massachusetts State House. For those of you guys who may not be from Boston or who haven't seen like video or pictures or whatever of Boston, the State House is like right across from Boston Common, essentially. And so the green space that I put in the Civic Center lot is kind of like supposed to mimic that a little bit. I also spent a stupid amount of time looking for the damn picnic basket. I thought that it was available as a community object. Turns out in all of my Googling, and the Google information is always wrong, so I had to like go to Reddit or something. It's only available in residential lots, which is stupid. I don't know why it's only available on residential. I know that there are mods that make it available for you to buy on community lots and place it on community lots. I just didn't want to deal with restarting my game a million times. However, the next time we'll be building in this game, we will be restarting my game a million times during the course of recording that footage, and that is purely because I was reloading for custom content. I wish that there was an easier way to manage custom content in this game. However, I guess I shouldn't be complaining. It's just that I really dislike the launcher. It's so clunky. I've talked about this before. I much prefer the drag and drop style of putting stuff into your mods and packages folder, or just simply doing that for The Sims 2. Putting stuff into your downloads folder. It's so much easier because The Sims 2 doesn't have a launcher. I hate The Sims 3 launcher. I hate it so much. I know that Lazy Duchess has a mod, or like I think a redone launcher, kind of like the RPC launcher for The Sims 2. I don't know if I'm going to end up getting it. It kind of scares me because like I don't want to mess up anything with this game. I feel like The Sims 3 is so volatile in a lot of aspects because like it's held together with rubber bands and paper clips. You guys remember Rugrats in Paris? How Stu made the giant Reptar mech and it was literally like held together with rubber bands and paper clips? That's The Sims 3. Everybody's talking about it being like spaghetti code, same with The Sims 2. No, The Sims 3 is held together with rubber bands and paper clips and maybe some hopes and dreams dashed in. Although I guess that could be The Sims 4 as well, but I don't play The Sims 4. I don't really like it. In other news, my life is going pretty great right now. You guys may know, because I've talked about this before, but I am involved in the American Council of the Blind. I am visually impaired. ACB is a 501c3 nonprofit. It's a consumer advocacy organization that's very member driven by blind people for blind people. So I'm involved in a few different committees and affiliates with them. I'm on the board for the Massachusetts affiliate as well as the National Low Vision affiliate, which is very exciting. And I'm also involved in the Audio Description Project's gaming subcommittee, which is fairly new. I think it was formed back in 2024, potentially, or maybe even earlier in 2025. We're kind of nearing the end of 2025 right now, which is so wild. I was appointed to the gaming committee. I didn't know about it. I think I had heard about it from a couple of people, but someone approached me, one of the co-chairs of the Audio Description Project as a whole, and asked if I wanted to be involved in the gaming committee. It's not just about audio description in gaming in general, although like that is the main focus of the committee, is to get audio description in more games, but also like accessible gaming as a whole. Because there are games out there that are specifically designed for blind people, like audio games and text-based adventure games that are purely audio, but mainline games like some of the Mortal Kombat titles, Assassin's Creed titles, there's a Star Wars title out there, The Last of Us, I believe both of those have audio description as like an accessibility setting in those games. And because of that, it is accessible for blind people to play should they have those consoles and those games. Even Stardew Valley is made accessible via a mod. Somebody, or maybe a team of people in the Stardew Valley community, made Stardew Access, which is a mod for PC and Mac that works with whatever your screen reader is that you're using. For those of you who don't know, a screen reader is essentially a program. It is built into your computers as well as your tablets and phones. The purpose of screen readers are to make things accessible for people who are blind or visually impaired. It is text to speech, essentially. It takes text, it speaks it. Usually you move around the screen via like tabbing and arrowing in the spacebar and the whatever, and like there's different shortcuts to make things like pop up, like a list of links on a page or a list of headings. Unfortunately, this also means that the websites and programs that a blind person is using also need to be accessible and compatible with the screen readers. And unfortunately, that's not the case most of the time, but that's for another video. You can turn it on if you want to play with it. It's called VoiceOver if you are on iPhone. I believe it's called TalkBack if you're on Android. There is a paid one that's like $1 kajillion for PC called JAWS. Otherwise, the built-in one is Windows Narrator. There's also a free open source one that is called NVDA, or Non-Visual Desktop Access. And for Mac, there is the same thing as iPhone and iPad VoiceOver, essentially. But this Stardew Valley mod works with anybody's screen reader that they're currently using and makes the game fully accessible with that screen reader so blind people can play. Like, it just makes the whole game accessible, which is amazing because it's just a free mod that you can download and use. I think that it comes with some instructions on how to do it. You might have to download like a third-party program or something in order to make it like work in the background. I don't really fully know. I read the documentation on it and I don't fully understand it. I also don't use a screen reader. I use a screen magnifier, but the point still stands. I have gotten so off track here and I don't even really think that I fully explained what is going on, but we are done with the build. Next time when I'm doing a video with commentary, I will discuss more about this committee and a few of the people that I've met through it because they're really cool. Thank you guys so much for watching though. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.